All right, so we've defined supply, we've defined the factors that impact demand, we've defined demand, affect demand, we've defined supply. Let's define the things that impact supply now. What are the things that are going to shift our supply curve? So supply determinants are often more difficult for us to wrap our mind around because why? Because we're not used to being producers or business owners. We're used to being consumers. We've been thrust in the role of consumer our whole life. But we've never been thrust in the position of a supplier, a producer, right? So the factors that impact supply, the first one is going to be our natural conditions. So, if we're talking about ag, did it rain enough? Did it rain too much? When we're talking about tourism, we could say, something like this could be winter tourism, right? For snowboarding and stuff like that, was there enough snow? Or enough cold days that you could produce enough snow. So natural conditions, the other part of natural conditions could have to do no, I think it's good. Agriculture, tourism, yeah, that's fine. Let's not get too in the weeds here. All right, our second one. Our second one is our input prices. So one of the big ones that we've heard a lot of news and other discussions about lately, the United Auto Workers just had a strike and had a couple of deals with the major car companies, Ford and can't remember the other one, but two out of the three big auto companies. And they had been anticipating an increase in input prices in the form of higher wages, right? So input prices could be wages, it could be the price of raw materials. This is where that gasoline comes in, that price of oil, right? This could be the price of transport. So this is anything that is necessary to create the final product, including means of production, right? So it's not just cost of goods sold, it's also capital necessary for production. So pretty straightforward. As the price of these things increase, the supply is going to shift to the left. So a decrease in supply shifts it to the left. An increase in supply shifts it to the right. If we have trouble with keeping track of this, what we can do is we can use what's called the horizontal interpretation. We draw a straight line and we say if the price is fixed and the cost of wages increases significantly, and I start out on this line, right here, if I start out at S1 in this price that's fixed, do I think that there's going to be more supply or less supply as a result of this increase in the wage cost, right? Less supply. So if you ever have trouble with which way to move demand, or to move supply, demand is easy. Demand is easy. Part of why demand is easy is because demand is easy because a shift to the left of demand also looks the same as a shift down in demand, right? So we talk about demand increasing or decreasing. When we're talking about demand decreasing, you can think about it as effectively the same as a leftward shift, right? However, when we are talking about supply, a shift to the left of supply looks like an increase in supply, right? So It's easy for us to get confused with supply because it's not as straightforward as our demand. So we have to use this horizontal interpretation. We have to fix our price. And then we need to ask ourselves, is there going to be less? Is there going to be more? And if there's more, then we pick S3, but there's going to be less because why? The prompt is something that, increase in wages. And this is, let's say, automobiles. So an increase in wages when the market's automobiles is going to result in less, not more. So we do a horizontal interpretation, a fixed price, in order to figure that out intuitively. That make sense, everyone? Okay. All right, third one. We only have 4 of these, which is nice. The third determinant of supply is going to be the technology used. Right? And so this one is, as there are advances in technology, that's going to shift the supply up. And the other way to think about supply up is it's going to shift to the right. So again, let's say that we draw the supply curve and we don't know which way it's going. We hear that there's advances in technology. We're going to fix the price, and we're going to ask ourselves, given the advances in technology, do we imagine that a supplier, ceteris paribus, holding everything else constant, are they going to be producing less or more of that good? If we have an advance in technology that makes it cheaper for them to produce their final product, and that's the only thing that's changed, are they going to produce the same amount, less, or more? More. All right, very good. Our last determinant of supply is our government policies. So government policies relates to taxation, right? As the taxes levied on a particular company increase, the supply goes down or to the left. As subsidies increase, they're the opposite of taxes. That's money that the government gives companies to produce something. The supply increases or to the right. Questions on government policies?